What if the very things you've kept around for years are quietly stealing your comfort and joy after 70? Most of us have items in our homes and lives that seem harmless or comforting simply because they've been with us for so long. But as we get older, the needs of our bodies, our safety, and our peace of mind change in ways we can't ignore. And the truth is, holding on to certain things can slowly chip away at your well-being without you even noticing it. They can put your safety at risk, drain your energy, or keep your mind stuck in places it doesn't need to be. This is not about throwing away everything or stripping your life of the things you love. It's about becoming intentional with what you allow to stay in your space and in your life. When you make these changes, you create room for comfort, safety, and the kind of joy that feels lighter and freer. The goal is to remove what drags you down so you can make more space for what lifts you up. Today we're talking about 5 specific things that many people over 70 still keep without realizing the harm they cause. And by the time we reach the last one, I think you'll be surprised by how much it's been affecting you without you even realizing it. So stay with me until the end, because the final point could change the way you look at your daily life from this moment on. Number 1. Broken or unused mobility devices. Sometimes the very tools we rely on to keep us safe become the hidden reason we're putting ourselves in danger. After 70, many of us start using canes, walkers, grab bars, or even simple handrails to support our balance and movement. But what happens when those devices wear out, wobble, or no longer fit our needs? The answer is often quiet but costly. Relying on broken or outdated mobility aids can increase your risk of injury and decrease your confidence with every step. You might think it's just a little loose, or it still works fine. But a cane with a worn-down rubber tip, a walker with one uneven leg, or a grab bar that shifts slightly when you lean on it can turn a simple movement into a serious accident. And sometimes the damage isn't even visible. A friend of mine, Alan, 81, had a folding walker that he'd used for years. It squeaked a little, and the frame had loosened with time, but he insisted it was still trusty. One morning, while walking to the mailbox, the walker frame suddenly collapsed. He fell hard and cracked his hip, all because the mechanism had corroded inside. After that incident, he told me something I'll never forget. I kept the walker out of habit, but I should have been looking at what I actually needed, not what I was used to. That struck me deeply. How many things do we hold on to simply because they've been with us a while, even if they're no longer helping us? There's also the flip side, mobility devices we bought but never used. A grab bar sitting uninstalled in the garage, a shower chair we tried once and pushed into a corner. If it's not helping you stay safer today, it's just taking up space. Worse, it gives you a false sense of preparedness. Safety tools only work when they're properly installed, regularly checked, and actually used. Inspecting your mobility aids doesn't require a professional. Take a few minutes to look at everything you use for stability. Are the rubber grips still firm? Do any parts feel wobbly or worn? Is the item the right size and height for your body today, not 5 years ago? If the answer raises even a little doubt, it's worth replacing or adjusting. If you have unused devices still in the box, ask yourself why. Do you need help setting it up? Is there an emotional barrier you haven't addressed? After 70, your freedom depends more and more on how safely you move, and safe movement depends on the tools you trust. Replacing that one shaky cane or finally installing that grab bar in the bathroom isn't just about safety, it's about independence, peace of mind, and the ability to keep doing the things you love without fear. Number 2. Expired medications. It's easy to overlook the bottles lined up in your bathroom cabinet or kitchen drawer. Many of us have them. Pain relievers, antibiotics from years ago, vitamins we forgot to finish, or prescriptions we no longer take. They just sit there quietly gathering dust. But after 70, keeping expired or unused medications around is more than just clutter. It's a dangerous invitation to trouble. Over time, medications lose their potency, meaning they may not work as intended when you actually need them. Worse yet, some can break down chemically and cause harmful side effects you wouldn't expect. The danger isn't just for you. Grandchildren visiting your home might mistake pills for candy. A spouse could accidentally take the wrong bottle if labels have faded or caps have been switched. Even you, in a moment of distraction, might reach for the wrong thing, especially if you're dealing with several prescriptions at once. In the wrong situation, a single mix-up can send you to the emergency room. And yet, many seniors keep outdated pills just in case, thinking they might save a trip to the pharmacy. In reality, what they're saving is a hazard, not a help. I remember my neighbor Dorothy, 82, who kept a full shelf of old prescriptions in her pantry. One evening, when her arthritis flared up, she reached for what she thought was her current pain medication. The label was faded, and the pill looked similar, but it was actually a blood pressure medication she had stopped taking years before. She felt dizzy within an hour and had to be taken to urgent care. Thankfully, she recovered quickly, but it was a close call that could have been avoided entirely. The solution is simple but powerful. Make it a habit to check your medications at least twice a year. Go through every bottle, check expiration dates, and dispose of anything outdated or no longer prescribed to you. Many local pharmacies offer safe disposal services, and in some communities hold collection events. Clearing out old medications not only protects your health, but also keeps your home safer for anyone who visits. It's a small step that can prevent life-changing mistakes. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3. Worn-out shoes. Many people don't realize how much their shoes affect their comfort, mobility and safety, especially after 70. We often get attached to a favorite pair of shoes because they're broken in and feel familiar. But just like tires on a car, shoes wear down gradually, and the change is so slow we hardly notice. Soles lose their grip, cushioning flattens, and support weakens. That comfortable pair you've worn for years might now be silently contributing to foot pain, knee strain, or even balance issues that could lead to a fall. Your feet carry the weight of your entire body, and after decades of use, they need all the help they can get. Shoes that no longer provide proper arch support or shock absorption force your muscles and joints to work harder, which can worsen arthritis or cause fatigue. Smooth, worn soles increase your risk of slipping on wet floors, uneven sidewalks, or even your own kitchen tile. And if you've noticed your back hurting more, or your legs feeling heavy by the end of the day, your shoes might be a bigger part of the problem than you think. I remember a gentleman named Harold, 79, who came to our community center limping slightly. He swore it was just old age catching up with him, but when someone suggested he change his shoes, he was skeptical. The pair he wore every day was over 10 years old, and he insisted they were the best shoes I ever owned. Eventually, after replacing them with a sturdy, supportive pair, he admitted his knees ached less, and he felt steadier walking up the church steps. Sometimes it's not our bodies failing us, it's our gear. Replacing worn-out shoes isn't just about buying something new, it's about protecting your independence. Good shoes help maintain proper posture, keep your gait steady, and reduce the strain on joints and muscles. Aim to inspect your shoes every few months. Look for thinning soles, uneven wear, or loose stitching. When in doubt, invest in a fresh, supportive pair suited for your needs. Your feet will thank you, your balance will improve, and you'll move through life with more confidence and less discomfort. Number 4. Negative friendships. As we get older, we naturally value companionship more. But not all friendships bring warmth or joy. Some relationships slowly become a source of stress, frustration, or emotional drain without us realizing it. It could be an old friend who constantly complains, criticizes, or reminds you of your past mistakes, or someone who only calls when they need a favor, never offering support in return. These types of connections can chip away at your peace of mind and leave you feeling more lonely, not less. After 70, your time and energy become even more precious. Spending hours with people who make you feel tense or unappreciated robs you of the chance to invest in relationships that truly uplift you. The tricky part is that many negative friendships are rooted in years of shared history. You may feel guilty about stepping back because you go way back, or they've been part of your life for decades. But holding on to a toxic connection just because it's familiar is like keeping spoiled food in the fridge. You're not helping yourself by letting it stay there. I think of Margaret, an 82-year-old neighbor who used to spend afternoons with a small group of women she'd known since her 20s. Over time, she noticed she came home from those gatherings feeling drained, not happy. The conversations were filled with gossip, arguments, and subtle put-downs. When she quietly started seeing them less, and instead joined a local gardening club, she realized how much lighter she felt. She began laughing more, meeting new people, and rediscovering hobbies she had forgotten she enjoyed. It's not about cutting people out harshly or holding grudges. It's about recognizing when a relationship no longer brings value to your life. You deserve to be surrounded by people who respect you, support your growth, and bring joy to your days. That might mean letting certain friendships fade naturally, spending less time with certain individuals, or opening the door to meet new positive influences. By clearing space in your social circle, you make room for deeper, healthier connections that enrich your later years, instead of draining them. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. Regrets you can no longer change. Holding on to regrets is like carrying a heavy sack on your back every day. It slows you down and keeps you from enjoying the moments you still have. After 70, many people find themselves replaying old mistakes, missed opportunities, or things they wish they had done differently. Maybe it was a career path you didn't take, a conversation you never had, or a wrong you never made right. While these thoughts can feel unavoidable, they can also quietly poison your present by keeping your mind stuck in the past. The truth is, no amount of thinking will rewrite history. The energy spent reliving those moments could be better used building the life you still have in front of you. Regret can sneak into your conversations too. You might catch yourself telling younger family members, "I wish I had," or "if only I had," more often than you'd like. Not only does this keep you anchored in sadness, but it can also cast a shadow over your relationships, making others feel the weight of your unresolved pain. I once spoke with Frank, a 79-year-old who used to talk endlessly about how he wished he had traveled more when he was younger. One day his granddaughter gently asked why he didn't just start traveling now. It hit him. He had been so focused on what he'd missed that he overlooked what was still possible. Within a year he began taking small trips, even just weekend drives to places he'd never visited. He told me those adventures gave him more joy than he imagined, not because they erased the regret,
but because they reminded him that life still had room for new memories. Throwing away regrets doesn't mean you forget the lessons they taught you. It means you stop letting them control your mood, your choices, and your self-worth. Forgive yourself for the things you didn't know back then, and use that wisdom to make better choices today. When you free yourself from the grip of regret, you open the door to peace, gratitude, and a deeper appreciation for every sunrise you get to see. Final thoughts. Reaching 70 and beyond brings a certain clarity about what really matters. By letting go of the physical clutter, the unhealthy relationships, the limiting beliefs, the draining habits, and the heavy regrets, you create space for something far more valuable: peace of mind. These things may seem small on the surface, but they have a way of shaping the way you wake up in the morning, how you speak to others, and how much joy you feel at the end of the day. When you clear them out, you're not just removing weight from your home or your schedule, you're removing weight from your heart. Life after 70 is not about racing against time, but about savoring it. Every day you are given is another chance to live in a way that makes you proud, calm, and connected. When you stop holding on to what drags you down, you start noticing the beauty in simple things: the warmth of the sun on your porch, the laughter of a grandchild, the comfort of a favorite chair. You can breathe easier, think clearer, and focus on what fills your spirit instead of what depletes it. And perhaps most importantly, throwing away these 5 things doesn't leave you with emptiness. It leaves you with room for better health, stronger bonds, and new experiences that might surprise you. At this stage of life, you deserve more than just getting by. You deserve days that feel light, purposeful, and free from the shadows of unnecessary burdens. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.